I have things come up in my real estate business multiple times. That's when I feel the need to talk about them. So this is the only reason I'm talking about this today. This is not really personal because it has been brought up multiple times over multiple transactions with different clients. I want to be clear that this is specific to the state of Arkansas because that's where I'm licensed and that's where I work. Okay, so in the state of Arkansas, we are what you would call a buyer beware state. Now, what that means is that property disclosures for homes that you want to purchase or land or whatever it is, the seller does not have to provide a property disclosure. Now, with every transaction, land, mobile home, residential home, new construction, whatever it is, you are entitled to a 10-day inspection period. If you submit an offer on a house, they accept that offer, you get 10 business days to do any sort of inspections you want. A lot of states call this a due diligence period. In the state of Arkansas, a lot of agents call it an inspection period. A lot of people already know that. But the reason I'm talking about this today is because from the selling side, if that is your house and you are working with a buyer, you need to know that the buyer is entitled based on their real estate contract. And you need to make sure you read it because you agreed to it, that they get 10 business days to do any inspections that they want. Literally any inspection they want to do on your property. If you signed the contract, you entitled them to that period of inspection, 10 business days. That does not mean that they do one home inspection and they're one and done. Maybe they want to get a separate roof inspection. Maybe they want a foundation inspection. Maybe they want a whole plumbing inspection or a whole electrical inspection. Maybe they want someone special to come and look at the driveway. I don't know. They are entitled for that 10-day period to do whatever inspection they want. And you as the seller, if this is what you agree to in the contract, you have to cooperate with them and allow them to do that. Just because they looked at your property one time and decided to make an offer because they liked what they saw on the surface level when they looked at your house, that doesn't mean that that's it, the house is sold. They are entitled to a due diligence period. They have to protect themselves as a buyer. Wouldn't you want the same right? After their inspections, they get to request repairs, and you as the seller, you have a say in whether you'll do those repairs or not. It's a whole conversation back and forth. And then at the end of the transaction, typically the day before closing, that buyer goes back to the property one more time before closing. It's called a final walkthrough. If you requested a seller to do repairs, wouldn't you want to make sure they did them before you close on the house? They're going to have access to your property multiple times throughout the transaction before closing. They're going to be there with their agent. They're not going to be unattended. Also, you need to know what you're getting into and you need to understand that this is the process, okay? Or just don't.